this is your warning. If you do not like feet, I suggest you click away from this video now, because we are gonna get right in about my feet in this video. So if you don't get grossed out and you like satisfying toe content, then hang around. Tell me you need your toenails done without telling me you need your toenails done. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Agnes. I'm a nail technician and a content creator sharing all things nails and so much more. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We are going to fix my toenails, which are well overdue to get done. So I'm going to use a towel just because it makes me feel a little bit cleaner. I'm going to put my seat right down. I'm going to be using my Hona cube lamp. The base of this comes straight off, which is really handy. And it's also battery operated, which means no wires. It's just really simple. So I'm going to put this onto the floor. And that's the lamp that I would use on my clients as well. It's really handy because there is no wires. I'm going to pop a pair of gloves on because I don't want to ruin my nails. Before we start, I thought I should mention that I have a spinal condition called scoliosis, which basically means your spine can twist like a corkscrew or like a C shape or bend downwards, backwards, you name it. Little wiggly spine syndrome. Not all jokes aside, it's not great. And I have had surgery for my scoliosis, which means my spine is fused. I have 3 titanium rods in my spine and 16 screws, so that's fun. So yeah, hence why I tend to put this job, you know, on the back burner, but hey, it's got to be done. So yeah, this is how I do my toenails and what I find works best for me with my condition. So anyway, let's get into it. I'm also going to put my mask on because it's about to get dusty. I will put my leg here, keep my back against the back of the seat for support, and sometimes I'll edge closer to the table so that my knee can rest against the table, which just gives me a little bit more support. So on camera, I'm going to do my right foot because you can see that one best. So most of the clips you will see will be off this foot. In case anyone was wondering, the product I have here on my toes, it's Nail Order. First time trying Nail Order's gel polish on my toes, and honestly, they have been on for a shocking 8 weeks, and there is no chipping, no lifting, no discoloration, nothing, just insane growth. And at this point, honestly, they were driving me mad. And the colour is rose quartz. First thing I do is I go in with my sanitizer because it doesn't matter whether we're working on our clients or myself, I still like to keep things nice and clean. Little Robin. Fabulous. And then I'm just going to grab my e-file and I'm going to use, you know it, my Willow Academy drill bit in penny. I'm going to load my e-file up. Now some nail techs will soak off their gel toes. I don't have the patience for that though, because toes are so small and it gets a bit flimsy getting in there with the foils and whatnot. So I do go in with my medium grit carbide drill bit, which is, like I said, the penny by Willow Academy. Now I'd only recommend using a drill bit like this if you have really good control and you are capable of applying just enough pressure so that you are not breaking through the base coat of the gel polish. So maybe not best if you are a beginner nail tech. Now I would switch over to my other one because it gets too tiring keeping the one leg up. So I'm going to catch up with the other foot. So I'm just going to go ahead and snip the length off. I see so many photos of those long square shaped, probably acrylic toes, and I'm telling you now, you are not gonna get that here. We are practical, we're doing toes for a thinking person, and we ain't got the time nor the mental capacity to redo toes every week. So I am cutting these bad boys as short as I possibly can get away with. and we are not fussed with those sharp corners. Hell no, we don't want them. So I'm just sort of giving myself a sort of soft, squared but rounded shape. Squared oval toes, I think that's the one. So I'm basically just preparing my toes for fresh gel application. I'm etching the surface of the nails using the gel bottle's Coffin file. I've got remnants of the base coat of the previous gel on my toes. I'm doing my own toes, so I'm not fussed with fully removing it. I'm just smoothing the entire surface of my nails, making sure that everything is nice and smooth and etched. Fixing the shape as well while I do that. Now, the very edge of my pinky toe is like super crusty, so I'm fixing the shape and then I'm actually going in there with my hand file and I'm gently exfoliating all that dry flaky skin away. And that's a really good tip for just sometimes quickly exfoliating some dry skin off around the toes. Anyway, I'm catching up on the other foot as well before going in with Lucy Pastorelli's Prep Etch Cone drill bit. If you watch my videos, you'll know that this is my favourite drill bit for pushing back the cuticles and removing any dry skin left on the nails, getting into those hard to reach areas. This is literally like sweeping your nails. Now I know this is no angle to be using your e-file. Don't come at me. Your gal was really struggling to get in there. There was no harm done. Anyway, moving on. I've picked up Navy Pro's Doris, which is their cuticle pusher, and I'm just going over making sure that all the cuticles are pushed back as far as it can go so that we can get maximum wear out of this application. Now I know 8 weeks was taking the biscuit, but your cuticle area, if you're not meticulous and hyper focused on the cuticles, matter of fact, the prep in general, then please do get meticulous about it. It's the foundation of your nails. Your outcome is only going to be as good as your foundation. Anyway, here I am using my Navy Pro Superfine Cuticle Nippers in Katey, and I'm just nipping away any dry skin. The general rule, which I swear by, is that anything that appears white is safe to remove, and therefore you should remove it. I struggled to get into this corner of this nail, so I'm actually nipping away the corner of that nail, the sharpness there, you can see it with the cuticle nippers. It just makes it easier sometimes. But yeah, I tend to spend quite a bit of time doing this when I'm doing my toes because, I mean, it's been 8 weeks. So yeah, we always try to get more wear out of toes. To be fair, they do grow slower than your fingernails, but 8 weeks was pushing it. Dusting off all the nail dust and debris, and here we have my toenails ready for application, as well as my other foot. For toe separators, I like to take a sheet of Costco kitchen roll and rip it in two, scrunch it up, twist it, and just like that you have disposable toe separators. And you can really flex and mold these into any shape to suit the client or your toes, whatever. Simply by taking some extra towel off, you can really sort of customize your toe separator to any client. So if you've got clients with tiny toes, you can take a little bit extra off. Clients with bigger toes, keep a bit more kitchen roll for it to be thicker between the toes. So anyway, let's shove this on. Tuck it in between the big toe. Then I push the excess underneath the other toes in through this one, and then I pull that excess forwards, and then that sort of locks that in there, and then I sort of bunch them up, twist and tuck them in the bottom, just like that. Super easy, and I can chuck this after use. I'm wiping the nails with acetone for product application, and then I'm going in with the Gel Bottle's clear rubber base coat. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys use the towel toe separator trick. You'll notice I'm holding my big toe from the very tip of the toe. I'm doing that so that the gel polish doesn't go on the skin. So I'm just applying that on all 5 toes before popping that into the lamp to cure under the low heat setting for 90 seconds. Look how easy that is, just slide and go. Anyway, we are going to be doing another French today. I've been really enjoying French on my toes recently, so I've decided to change the colour a little bit this time, and I'm going slightly lighter than what I had on before. So I'm using the Gel Bottles Silk, which is a lovely sheer light pink, really popular with my clients. I'd say second most popular next to Marshmallow. Anyway, into the lamp to cure for 60 seconds before doing a second coat of that. For a plain French, I would normally go straight in with my white tip after curing the second coat of gel polish. However, we are going to do a little chrome finish on these toes. So I'm going to top coat the gel polish, which you're going to think I'm bonkers, but chrome is prone to chipping and we want these toes to last. So I'm going to do chrome French and then top coat. So that just means that by the time we have done the French tip and the top coat over our chrome layer, the free edge will be double capped, so I do not need to worry about my chrome chipping. For the chrome, I am using the Gel Bottle Iced, which is just a clear chrome. Now, a very unpopular thing to say, for best chrome application, wipe the nails with acetone before applying the chrome. You need to act fast here though. You want a fresh acetone residue on the nail before going in with your chrome and sponge applicator. Look at that, not a single streak in sight. So while the rest of my toes are still, say, tacky from the acetone residue, I'm just going to go ahead and blob the chrome onto all the nails, and then I'm going to go back and just burnish it in, just so that the chrome can onto my toenails. I then gently file the free edge to make it porous and to remove any chrome. This will allow me to seal the chrome in with the French before applying and capping the edges with top coats. Another reason why I would do chrome underneath French tip is not that it matters here as I am using clear chrome, but I do not like the look of, say, a slightly tinted or toned chrome going over the top of the French tip, be it white or coloured. It completely changes the tip and I just feel like it looks a bit odd, and the finish is so distracting as you've almost got like a filter or a fog over your full nail. So I definitely like the chrome to be the base colour under a French, if you know what I mean. But something to bear in mind in doing it in this order is that you can't then go and make a mistake with your French application, because if you try to wipe away, you're also wiping away the chrome, unless you're happy to reapply the chrome to redo the French tip. So unless you're confident with your French application, maybe best to seal the chrome in first or just apply the chrome last. From my 8 odd years of experience, my favourite ever product for doing a classic white French tip is the Manicure Company Creative Pro Gel Liner in Whiteout. This stuff is elite. The brush is 10 out of 10, the pigment is 10 out of 10, the price, which is like £9 or £10, 10 out of 10, and a little of this goes such a long way. I swear I must have got at least about 100 Frenchies out of this bottle. It's insane. Like, this product is what made me think, oh, I'm looking forward to doing French as opposed to the dread of doing it. So you need to get your hands on some of this. Anyway, I've done the French tip one toe at a time so that there's no space for mistakes. And now I'm just going in with my Extreme Shine top coat and I'm just coating the whole thing. For top coat, I always recommend having a separate bottle for chrome because you can contaminate your product with speckles of chrome. So if you've got a block colour next, then it can turn out shimmery. So hence why it's handy to have a separate bottle. Looking here, my pinky toe tip is definitely slightly thicker than the rest, but whatever. I'm going to cure for 60 seconds and then we're getting rid of the toe separator. That just goes in the bin, and I'm just spraying my toes again with the sanitizer spray. Wipe off any dust or residue of the chrome. Oh, look at them, they're so pretty. What a difference. And then I'm going in with my cuticle oil. This one is Got Milk by Nail Order. It smells like coconutty dreams. And then I'm just giving that a little rub in. Oh, I'm so excited with how these turned out. They're so pretty. And I think we should have a little before and after. This is why I love doing toes. The transformations are the best. My toenails feel reborn. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if you can enjoy feet content. unless you have some sort of weird fetish or you're genuinely satisfied by the process and the transformation. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, please do give me a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and of course, hit the bell button to be notified about my future videos. Thank you once again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!